Good evening, everyone. If you could take your seats, we're going to get tonight's event underway. Thank you so much. Good evening. Welcome to our third annual Stand for Children Day event. My name is Darryl King, CEO of the Early Learning Coalition. It's fantastic to see so many of our friends, partners, and community colleagues in the room tonight. So many of the agencies here stand for children each and every day. And ELC could not be more proud to stand alongside all of you. As always, we could not host these events without the backing of our major sponsors. Our title sponsor, Marco Polo, our award sponsor, Gardner Media, our advocate sponsors, Hatch, Discovery Source, PCI Communications, Learning Beyond Paper, and Manatee Memorial Foundation, and our champion sponsors, SunWest Bank, PPT Florida, and the Hernando de Soto Historical Society. Thank you so much, everyone. I would like to thank our ELC board chair, Adam Mohammed Boy, and all of the ELC board members who are here. Annette Larkin at the back, heckling me already. Gary Scott, Rachel Kenzior, and Misty Rich. Thank you so much. There's also a couple of elected officials in the audience that I would like to recognise, huge advocates for the children of Manatee County. Our school board members, Mary Foreman is here. Thank you, Mary. And our former County Commissioner, Carol Whitmore. Thanks, Carol. So tonight we will honour some of the best early educators we have in Manatee County, sitting over here and here. And also a childcare provider who goes above and beyond to invest so much into the children in her care. You will also learn about our amazing Reading Pals programme and the mentors who change children's lives. All of the proceeds from tonight's event will go to the expansion of our Reading Pals programme that you will see later on. And I'm sure when you see the video, you will be touched of what that programme actually does. We will also present our second Paul Scharf Children's Champion Award to a truly deserving person. There was no bigger champion of children than our late CEO, and tonight I know for sure he will be looking down on this recipient with a beaming smile. There's people coming after me who know Vernon a lot longer than I've known Vernon, but I wanted to share a quick story about Vernon. 10 years ago, Paul hired me to start Next Gen magazine, and the first person that we went to see for advertising was Vernon. And classic Paul fashion, he told me we would get $100,000 in advertising from Vernon. He would give us a check right there and then. It would be no problem. We had the presentation ready, the PowerPoint, everything was... And Vernon just said, "What do you guys need?" And for me, that's Vernon. And there's so many agencies in this room that he looks after and helps and supports, and it's always, "What do you guys need?" And I think that speaks volumes for the man. So there's no better person to be getting Paul's award than Vernon. I would also like to recognise the winner of our inaugural Paul Scharf Children's Champion Award, another person who thoroughly deserved it, Elena Casella from Foundation for Dreams. Thank you, Elena. So those of you who have been at our previous Stand for Children events know that we have a regular MC double act who run the show, Vernon and John Vita. Obviously, for good reason, we had to find a replacement tonight. Only one man came to mind. The funniest, toughest, most charismatic sheriff in Florida. But when we couldn't get Grady Judd, we had to bring in Rick Wells. In all seriousness, our sheriff and his team over there continue to be the most proactive in the state when it comes to looking after children. They also support our Deputy Friendly programme, which enhances the literacy skills of young children when the deputies go and read books to them. So thank you, Sheriff, and thank you to the team. With that, I'm going to turn things over to our joint MCs, a legend of Manatee County, Senior Vice President of the Millstone Financial Group at Morgan Stanley, the one and only John Vita, and our Sheriff, Rick Wells.
All right, Ricky. So it looks like we have a pretty good turnout here tonight. I think there's a lot of good folks in the audience here tonight, and I think there's a lot of people that maybe we can have a little bit of fun with throughout the night. So that should be good.
1, 2, 3. I just want to say real quick that every time I listen to Daryl speak, it reminds me of Braveheart. I don't know about any of y'all. I go straight to Braveheart. I know that he insulted me, but I don't really know what he said.
And we have a big sword outside that we can probably give to him, so we can use that as a prop later on. But really, we just wanted to welcome everybody here tonight. We're getting ready to have a great meal served by the staff here at IMG, who are always so supportive of what we do, and we're looking forward to honoring and telling you a little bit more about ELC, and of course honoring Vernon. So have a great dinner, enjoy it, and Ricky and I will be back up in a little while to kick this thing off.
Thanks, everyone. So at this time, I'm going to ask Megan Smith to start working her way up here to introduce our first award, our Early Educator Awards. And I just want to say, Megan's been with the coalition for 9 years. She's had several leadership roles overseeing the development and implementation of programs and initiatives to provide children in the community with access to high-quality learning opportunities that set a strong foundation for their future success. She's now the Director of Human Services at the Early Learning Coalition of Manatee County. I do believe, if I understand right, that her boyfriend now works for Morgan & Morgan, for the people, or we the people, or the hell with the people. I don't know. They got some great motto. I'm not really sure which one it is. So if you need some help tonight, slip and fall, you know who to call. Those son of a guns will get you some money. I can guarantee you that. So Megan, come on up wherever you are. Thank you.
I appreciate the plug. That'll pay for our wedding. Okay, so just to start, what an honor it is to come up here and to present these two awards. Tonight we will be presenting the Early Educator of the Year Award and also the Outstanding Leadership in Early Education Award. But before I begin, I'd like to invite Daryl King up, as well as our award sponsor, Joe Gardner. Mr. Gardner is the owner of Gardner Media and Child's Play, a top distributor of books, games, and custom collections for children 0 to 5. He is an advocate for Manatee County, contributing generously to a variety of early learning initiatives. Thanks, Joe. All right, so tonight, we are gathered not only to celebrate the achievement, but also to recognize the significant impact of high-quality early education. We'll start by presenting the Early Educator of the Year Award, which honors the VPK classroom with the highest score in one of the most challenging domains assessed with the pre-K class assessment tool, instructional support. The pre-K class assessment tool helps us identify crucial interactions between teachers and students, ensuring that every child receives the best start in their early educational journey. Our attention now shifts to instructional support, which is a vital measure of how well our educators are nurturing students' cognitive abilities. The domain challenges educators to improve critical thinking, deepening understanding for complex concepts, and enhance effective communication among their students. It is with great pride that we commend the accomplishments of 2 outstanding VPK classrooms tonight, achieving the highest scores in the most demanding of the 3 domains, instructional support. First, I would like to congratulate our runner-up. This VPK classroom scored a 6 on a scale of 1 to 7 in the instructional support domain. Our runner-up and the winners of $500 check each is Stephanie Lennart and Cassidy Forrest. Coming up, guys. And then Mr. Joe's going to hand you your checks.
Stephanie first. I'm accepting on behalf of Cassidy. I'm her director. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
So I have to say, I had the pleasure when I was an instructional support coach. So I went into Miss Lennart's classroom and witnessed her magic that she does with her children and how well she cares for them, as well as preparing them for their educational journey. So everyone gives Miss Lennart and Cassidy a round of applause. Thank you. All right, the time has come to present the prestigious Early Educator of the Year award. This is the VPK classroom with the highest score. The winners achieved a score of a 6.92 on a scale of 1 to 7. They will not only receive the award, but also be given a $1,000 check each. Please join me in congratulating Claire Hanley White and Teresa Alvarenga. Congratulations, ladies. Knock, knock. Just kidding. I don't have a joke for you guys. All right. Thank you, ladies, and congratulations. Seriously, such an achievement. This domain definitely makes it makes the intuitive become intentional. You can't just fake it. You have to be planned and prepared in order to get those skills, the kids the skills that they gain by doing those things. So congratulations. All right. So our next award, Outstanding Leadership in Early Education Award. The winner is someone who has demonstrated exceptional leadership qualities in the field of early education. This individual is being recognized for the ability to inspire and motivate those around them and their commitment to creating inclusive and nurturing environments for the children that they serve. They have a proven track record of participation in initiatives to improve academic outcomes and foster love and learning in children. Their dedication to professional development in collaboration with colleagues ensures that they are always at the forefront of the educational best practices. And I can say I used to plan all the educational training that went through the coalition, and she was always in attendance as well as her staff. So I highly commend her. This is not only a role model for educators, but also an advocate for the importance of early childhood education in Manatee County. She is shaping a brighter future for many of the children that we serve on a daily basis. The winner of this award will receive a $5,000 stipend to be used for planning quarterly team building activities. Please join me in congratulating tonight's winner, the Outstanding Leadership in Early Education Award, Gloria Martinez. Oh, okay, here you go.
All right. There you go. Get your note. She's got her notebook and everything. I got here tonight, and Hillary came running over after calling me, for 18 months ago and asking if we would do this. And I've had exactly 72 phone calls since then to make sure that I would be here. But we were good, and it's those of you that don't know me, I'm John Vita, which typically means that I'm Tracy Vita's brother or Tompi Vita's husband. And typically tonight, I would be at my sister's dance recital that we've done for the last 45 years or something like that. But sorry I missed that. I was going to try to get Ricky to come with me, but he said something about a baseball tournament or something that was there. But I got here tonight, and and as always, Hillary was very organized and had some good stuff going on. And most men in this room understand that we've all married up. And Daryl definitely knocked the ball out of the park on marrying up, because this girl is amazing, I got to tell you. She is. Let's give it up for her. She is an amazing person. So in doing this with Vernon, for these years and everything else, it's always been kind of a breakfast or luncheon or whatever, and we've done that. And so this is the first dinner, follow, champagne on the way in and a little happy hour and everything else. So Hillary had my notes laminated so that she would be sure that I didn't come up with just some blob on a piece of paper after spilling drinks all over it or something. But it's good. So great. Congratulations on your son's graduation. We had a little milestone as well. My son came down. He spent the last 5 years in New York, and he's joined me at my team here at Morgan Stanley. So we're really excited about that. So I have the honor of talking a little bit here about the Reading Pals program, and what a great program. And we all know in this room, and Ricky will tell you for sure, that part of the secret of getting through to people and what we do with them is getting at them early, right? We got to get our children early, and so this is just super important. And Reading Pals is kind of a mentoring program, and I don't want to steal Rachel's thunder by telling you all about it, but what an amazing program. And you can read more about it in your program tonight, and it's really really a cool thing. It's mentor based, and I know that they can use help with it and more mentors and everything else. But my job right now is really just to introduce Rachel, who's going to tell us all about it. And Rachel Spivey has worked at the Coalition now for 5 years. She's a dedicated educator with a profound commitment to the field of educating, spanning over 2 decades. So she's done a wonderful job. She's a grant director for the Early Learning Coalition and ensures the success of all children and equips teachers with the tools they need most. Now, those of you that were at the luncheon last year will remember Rachel, because she got up and she gave about a 45-minute talk. So we had to check and give her the Cliff Notes version of her talk this year. But it's amazing information, and it's really good stuff. If she does go over, we booked everyone rooms at the Legacy Hotel tonight. So that is fine. And if you choose not to do that, then Ricky's Uber service can bring you home. But they only stop at one location, unfortunately. So you might want to think that one through better. But Rachel, come on up and tell us about it.
So you can see why I'm carrying the glass, right? And I promise to keep it to 4 minutes. I've got my binder too, and I've timed myself.
I just took 3.
Rachel. I'm watching the time. So I just want to start with congratulations to all the winners. It's truly an honor to stand here after you, and I am incredibly grateful for the opportunity and for what you guys do every day. So I'm Rachel Spivey, Director of Grant Management for the Early Learning Coalition of Manatee County, and as we learned, I'm going to talk about our Reading Pals program. I'd like to start with a story, and yes, it's a short one. It's the story that embodies the very essence of why we're here tonight. And it's the tale of a little cooking pot called Holden. Holden tried to contain his emotions, bottling them up inside, But as you might imagine, it wasn't long before he reached his boiling point. Through the story, Holden learns the importance of sharing his feelings and letting off just a little bit of steam with those he cares about. It's an easy yet profound lesson, one that resonates deeply with the children that we serve. After reading this story with her mentor, one student bravely shared that hugs were her lifeline, the one thing that kept her from boiling over. When her mentor learned this, she didn't hesitate to offer a hug, a simple yet powerful gesture of kindness and compassion. And this, my friends, is the heart of the Reading Pals program. It's our unwavering commitment to not just nurturing minds, but nurturing hearts and souls. In Manatee County, our focus is on the bright young minds of 4-year-old students, cultivating a deep-seated love for reading by fostering meaningful connections between mentors and students. Reading Pals has 90 dedicated mentors who meet weekly with students and local child care centers. Our mentors are volunteers, donating their time and energy to our youngest learners, ensuring that they're as prepared for kindergarten as possible. So tonight, we're immensely proud to share with you a glimpse into the impact of this program through a special video presentation. And no, I'm not done. Before we delve into that, I want to express some really deep gratitude to some special guests. With us tonight, we have our program lead, Colleen, and two very special mentors, Mary Beth and Misty. Colleen, Mary Beth, and Misty, would you kindly rise and be acknowledged? Thank you all for your commitment to children. You're truly making a difference. When Reading Pals concludes, children enter kindergarten, and this is where our next guests shine. The ELC has a very special partnership with the Books for Kids program. Books for Kids is a volunteer-based organization that also offers mentors and literacy lessons, but to children in elementary schools. Together, our two programs ensure that children experience the warmth of mentorships and the joy of a good book. Books for Kids team, can you rise so that you can be honored as well? Thank you to your partnership and for ensuring literacy success. So, I'm almost done. I propose a toast. Let's raise our glasses, not just to celebrate this evening, but to affirm the boundless potential within each child we serve. Through programs like Reading Pals, we nurture that potential, guiding our children towards a future brimming with hope, opportunities, and endless possibilities. Cheers. Enjoy the video.
Every one of our volunteers is somebody who is a hero in our community because they make children feel incredibly special.
And he already felt a little bit better. Do you know why he felt better? Why?
Because he got pissed.
Yeah, his friend was sitting next to him, wasn't he?
Reading Pals is a statewide literacy movement helping children in pre-K to 3rd grade have foundational reading skills for early reading success.
It's unlike no other I've ever seen.
Finally, Jim looked happy, but he didn't feel happy inside.
In Manatee County, we really focus on early intervention, meaning that we want to make sure children start school ready to learn rather than trying to catch them up in the end. So for us, we're working with our local child care sites and working with those VPK or school readiness 4-year-olds to help ensure that they are absolutely ready for kindergarten.
I can see the difference. I've been working with these students for several months now, and from the beginning of where we started and where we are right at this point, and they have one more year before they even go to kindergarten, they're going to be ready to read because they have that foundation, and you cannot learn anything else unless you have that great solid foundation.
Where's the spine?
We do a lot with just learning how to handle a book, starting with the basics. So how to treat a book respectfully, who writes the book, who draws the pictures in the book, how the writing goes from left to right in books. The Reading Pals build a bond with the children early on. That is our focus in the beginning weeks of Reading Pals. We encourage them to spend the time getting to know the students, getting to know their favorite ice cream flavors, and that allows the students to feel comfortable to take on these new big skills that we're looking for when it comes to kindergarten readiness.
When you're giving them that, especially that one-on-one attention, I think that's where it comes into play. And also you're individualizing what they can do. You're not just doing something for everybody. You know what level they are and where you want to take them next.
Currently we are in 9 different childcare sites. We have 10 classrooms that we are in, and we have approximately 135 students that we're working with. The sites are chosen based on their proximity to Title I schools, and that's because these are the children that need it the most.
Reading Pals has other components of the whole language approach rather than just reading a book. There's interaction with the volunteers, with the books, sometimes with puppets and with each other. You can see it in their playing, you can hear it in their speaking, and you can see the emotional impact when they remember something about the book. And let's say tomorrow I'm going to say, oh, who remembers what the grumpy monkey did? And then they draw a picture, they tell me, we label it, they take it home, they have their star, and they know they remembered some of the book. They're very proud. Yeah.
To have one adult completely dedicated to a student is an experience that cannot be matched. It's not like being in a classroom with lots of students. This is an unusual and very unique, wonderful situation.
A for apple.
Children build meaningful relationships with the volunteers, and I think it empowers our entire community. People can really see, instead of just reading every day about our literacy scores, they can take action by partnering with us to provide a good book and a warm hug to a young child.
The engaging conversations that our Reading Pals have with the students each week, that helps to build the vocabulary, and we also pull different vocabulary words out of our books each week to try and teach those upper level vocabulary words. A lot of the books that we try and choose books that they may see in kindergarten. I like to tell the volunteers that imagine those children in their kindergarten classroom and the teacher pulls out a Pete the Cat book and they're going to say, oh my goodness, I know Pete the Cat. I read Pete the Cat with my Reading Pal volunteer. And that is already creating the background knowledge and the excitement for their kindergarten classroom. And they're able to engage more in those books and really be excited and build those positive relationships with books.
Print shows knowledge. If they don't know ABCs is for words and you need to know words to read, you lose them. And if you don't see mom and dad or grandma, grandpa reading, even reading a bill, a magazine, a newspaper, it's still print has knowledge.
Every week, a child goes home with a book. So part of our program is building the children's at-home libraries. Our hope is that the children are being read to at home by their parents. However, if that is not happening, we have set the students up for success with these books because they have already read them and we've taught them that the pictures really tell the story. So they're able to sit down and enjoy the book the way that their Reading Pal showed them.
The parents kept looking at me like, wait a minute, we keep the book? I said, oh yes, I put their name in the book so that if it gets mixed up in the cubbies, they flip it open and they know if it's their name. They know their name recognition now.
And they're going to take them home and they're going to be able to recreate what they did in class with their parents. And that also gives the parents a starting point about how do I communicate with my child about how to read at home? Because a lot of these kids don't have the opportunity or they may not be able to have access to going to the library for books or even, books cost money. So to have these books and then they feel that success because they've already read it at school and they know the story, and so they can then kind of lead their parents through it. And I think that also goes back to that social emotional. They've built up their confidence and their self-esteem now.
The confidence here is increasing because it's not just Miss Judy, it's other people too, and they can see it. The group is helping me with printing because they just finished printing exercises with different lines, different shapes, and they're starting their names.
We are told often when we're in the sites that what an impact this program has. Many of our teachers say they wish that this program could be in every early learning site in Manatee County because it's so amazing. By giving children access to books, we are really fostering a love of reading early on in their lives. This truly can change their whole life.
All right. Okay. Man, that is a bright light. The last time I saw a light that bright, I was on Cortez Road, and I got pulled over by one of Ricky's deputies, and it just kind of reminded me of that.
I'm pretty sure the last time you saw that light, you were being interrogated after the traffic stop.
That could be
Pretty
true.
sure.
That's probably true.
Yeah,
That's probably true. So, I mean, what a great program. We got here tonight, and one of my guests tonight, Bridget, who has 2 young daughters, was saying, you see those buses all over the place. You see them everywhere, and it's been really become a staple of so many events and everything else. But every time she goes to one of these places with the daughters, the little ones, recognize the bus, and they want to go into the bus. They want to get a book. They want to engage in reading, and they've got 2 loving parents to help them do that. And that's kind of a cool thing. So, but we want to support the program. A part of why we're here tonight is to support the program. So if you look at the back of your program tonight, you will see a QR code. And we're not going to do a paddle raise. We're not going to do anything like this. We're just going to leave it to you to please scan the QR code and be as generous as you can be tonight with the QR code. And if you do that before you leave tonight, you'll have a notification on your phone. There'll be a deputy stationed outside, and it will get you past the deputy if you have made a good contribution. So
that's not a lie.
So
that's not a lie.
That's not a lie. That's right.
That's the gospel. So I just want to say real quick and I don't know if any of y'all were aware of this. I mean, John Vita just got like the Citizen of the Universe Award just a couple years ago. So it's an honor to be here with him and to be stepping here in the big shoes of Vernon is something that I don't take lightly. So Vernon, I want to thank you for everything that you've done for the Early Learning Coalition, for this banquet. I'm very fortunate to have deputies, to have employees that care about reading programs. They go to a lot of the schools throughout Manatee County. They know the importance of mentoring, and they understand how important it is for kids, especially in the 3rd grade, to be able to graduate from that 3rd grade, prepared for the 4th grade, knowing how to read, comprehending. And we do a lot of work in these Title I schools. And here's the gospel. All right, we are the village. We have to be involved. I tell people all the time that we've got great teachers, outstanding teachers. We have mentors. We have people that are coaches and are taking care of these kids. But a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen, when they get home, it's over. That's the reality. They have no one helping them at home. That's our job. We got to do the best we can. We have to be a part of that. So we are not trying to threaten you, but we will. Yeah. But this is a big deal for all of us, and we are lucky to live in Manatee County and have so many just outstanding educators that truly care about our young kids. You should be proud of that. Thank you.
Thanks, Ricky.
So real quick, just in case you are ever taken to the Wells Motel, that's what we call the jail. It's the Wells Motel. We will leave the light on for you. We are not trying to keep you, but we don't accept cash bond. So, just pay attention to that.
QR code.
Yeah, QR code, get out of jail now. That's the code. So we just want to thank each and every one of you for what you're about to do. So it's my honor at this time to have Rob Bell and John Vita introduce our Paul Sharps Children's Champion Award. That's a very special award for so many of us. I'm pretty sure that Rob just got out of the Wells Motel. He just showed up. He looks great.
You guys took good care of me.
So we're going to hand it over to you, big dog.
He just had a bologna sandwich for dinner instead of that prime rib that we had, but it's all good.
It's a hard job.
Not that I know the menu there. Just saying.
They got to let you out by midnight, or they got to feed you breakfast. I'm gonna put this mic up here. Sorry. I have been at my daughter's senior dance recital. So I have the Vita family to blame for being late. I am a longtime board member, treasurer of Early Learning Coalition. Paul was a dear, dear friend of mine. Anybody that knows Paul's and my relationship knows we had a lot of fun together. Tonight, we're presenting the Early Learning Coalition Paul Scharf Champion Award to an outstanding member of the community who has spent his life in service to others. As you may recall, the Paul Scharf Children's Champion Award was named for Paul because of his outstanding service to the Early Learning Coalition and the children of Manatee County, and the way he guided the ELC into the 21st century. When he took over, it was a mess. He turned the organization around, and we are leading the state with all of our accomplishments. Our honoree is no stranger to long-term commitments and supporting Manatee County families as well. His resume of community involvement and accomplishments, when I got this, I thought, man, I guess I just need to read what he has done with kids. We all know the man. We all know, we think we know what he's done. I didn't realize all he has done. So I'm going to take the time to read them all. He won't like that, but he'll get over it. Foster care and guardian ad litem, take stock in children, pack-a-sack, Sunday school teacher, 20 plus years with children, Boys Club of Manatee County. In 1988, he was a Good Neighbor Award winner. Just for Girls, Foundation for Dreams, Easter Seals, Pediatric Cancer. 2009, he got the Hope Award from Wellness Community of Southwest Florida. Manatee Education Foundation, 37 years of service, past chair, currently on the board of directors. Golden Herald Awards, 35 years. I learned that this year because my daughter was a nominee. 35 years he's been doing that. State College of Florida Foundation, 15 years of service, past vice chair, currently on the board. 2009, he was the President's Award of Distinction for Manatee Community College. Chamber of Commerce, current member, past board member, past treasurer. 2011, inducted in the 29th class of Leadership Florida. And 2015, individual award of merit for champions of healthcare. Okay, that's page one. We're going to keep going. Art Center Manatee Advisory Board, Realize Braden, Chairman of Board Emeritus, instrumental in opening the Riverwalk. Meals on Wheels Plus, 25 years of service, past chair, current board member. United Way, 10 years on the board, past president, served as state board. Tourist Development Council, member for 12 years, vice chair in 2023. 2012, Champion of Tourism Award, Braden Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. Hernando de Soto Historical Society, past everything, I think. Past president, outstanding conquistador, 48-year member. Hard to believe he's 39. He is an honorary life member, which is a big deal. I say that. I happen to be one. I know that I saw at least another one in here. There's not that many of us, and it's a true honor. Manatee Performing Arts, Florida Cultural Group, board member for 10 years and past chair. DDA, Downtown Development Authority, Palmetto First Baptist Church, past chair deacons, chair of Church Resource Committee, Children's Sunday School teacher, 20 years. I already mentioned that. Paul called him a friend. I call him a friend. Everyone up here calls him a friend. I've known him my entire life. I have great respect for the man. The Early Learning Coalition is honored to award the Paul Scharf Champion of Children's Award to Vernon Desir. Vernon.
Congratulations. Good for you. Thank you. There you are. Up, we got it. I think it's appropriate for you to say a few words.
Oh, you should never let me talk. Wow. Well, gosh, Daryl, Hillary, wow, and the ELC. It's hard to catch me at a loss for words, but this is much too kind. You know, everything is a team effort. But when it comes to children, it has to be individually focused because we all have to keep our eyes and ears and hearts open to make sure that our children are protected and that nothing happens to them and that they read. Thank God for good teachers. We need to protect their learning ability. We need to protect them. We need to give them happy lives. So everything that, all of that. And I will tell you, as I entered my seventh decade, one of the major reasons for my continuing to do what I do is the man that we honor tonight. Paul was a visionary. He looked well ahead of what was going on and said, we have to fix this. We have to do something about this. And you know what? He just went after it with a vengeance and came to me many times, and it was easy to get on the train. And I just miss him so much. And I know that he's grateful to you all for continuing to believe as he did in not only the work of the ELC, but just all of the organizations, many of whom I have the privilege of working with, many of whom are in this room tonight, that honor and take care of children. So Paul, man, I tell you, I can't believe that it's been, you know, even just a short time for some of us, but your memories are here. And we will always continue to do what you wanted us to do, and that is to care for children. On a personal note, thank you, Mary Glass. What a tribute you wrote. That was beautiful. I'll have to call Kevin. He's in Jupiter. But that was also very kind of him to do that. You know, you never really stop to think about what people think of you until you read it in print. And wow, that was tough. Your journey is never one as an individual. There are those people that share that journey with you. My lovely wife and I just celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary. And we walked down memory lane at Stetson University where we met last weekend. So, my dear, thank you for your constant, unconditional, and encouragement and love all during this time. It couldn't have been possible without you. Our son is sitting next to her, Jordan, and his lovely bride, Stephanie, and they are the parents of our two wonderful grandsons. I just hope and pray that as he has shared with me already his love for his family and how So thank you. Okay. Thank you, Jordan, for being here. I know your time is tough to be away from the kids when you are, but you're a constant support. But I will get you for not telling me about this. I knew bits and pieces. There were little hints and things, and people said something was going to happen, but you never really know quite what it is. And so then when I looked at the program book, I went, wow, this is a bit more. But my family is everything to me. I'm grounded in my faith. And, all my blessings come from my Heavenly Father. And I can't begin to tell you how richly blessed He has made me and the things that have come my way in my lifetime. So I am extremely grateful, filled with gratitude, and I really want to comment the comedy team that is up here. I have to leave on a little humor because the ones that I did all those years were prayer breakfasts, and it was a lot more somber and, not quite like this. But you two, and maybe take Hillary with you because it's really quite entertaining, and I would pay. I would pay. So thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. When we were kind of asked to do this, Vernon and I always kind of, ham and egg that we did it. It was our show and everything else. And Hillary came and she said, we want to honor Vernon with this award. She said, what are we going to do? She said, we can't not ask Vernon to, MC. And I was like, yeah, we can. He'll be good. And he is. He's always so gracious. With his time and with what he does. And I always say this when I have the honor of talking about Vernon, that he is a mentor to me. He's one of the people in my life from a very young age that made sure that I was going in the right direction and was always somebody that I could call up and ask for advice and guidance and everything else. So like the ELC and a lot of the things that they do, he has had a knack for taking so many of us in this community and helping us to become community leaders and to do good things in the community. And now, as you can see, our hair is starting to get a little bit more gray. Up here. Vernon's doesn't seem to get any gray in it, but we can talk about that later. I'm not quite sure why, but it just doesn't happen. So I don't know. I just kind of noticed that. But my message is, though, that I do look out here and I do see a lot of young people here that are supporting this organization, that are interested in children and that are here to support and to lend their hand. And I would just ask each and every one of you to dig deep into your hearts and take leadership positions when you're asked to do that. Take some time to find out what it is that makes you tick and how you can help in the community. Because, Vernon, myself, Ricky, the Kings, it's just not one person, right? And you look at all of the things that happen around our community. They just don't happen by accident. There's so many great organizations, the Community Foundation, ELC to name two, the Kiwanis, that just people that are out there. There are things that you can find to do out there that can help you to meet your goals and help you to serve your community. And I would just encourage everybody to do that.
Absolutely. I just want to say one thing. When Hillary asked me to do this, she didn't tell me that Vern was getting an award. So, what's going on with Vern? You're like, I'm not going to aggravate, the man. Yeah, you didn't tell me. This is the agenda I got. Okay, first of all,
I'm not doing that.
You're not allowed to talk. First of all, we MC.
You don't have a microphone, okay?
Here's Here's the agenda.
Laminated.
6 o'clock, doors open. That's it. We make up the rest. We just go. So, Vern, you got this again next year. You're back. You're back on it. I'm going to Georgia, Vern.
You know, there was something here that Rob didn't mention. I guess the sheet was cut off a little bit, but not only, you know, was Vernon the 2013 Leadership Spirit Award from the Community Foundation, which is always an awesome honor. He was inducted into the Miss Florida Hall of Fame after 50 years of service with the Miss Florida and Miss America organization. So that's awesome. You know, the Hall of Fame. The only list I'm on with those two organizations is not a good list.
Yeah.
It's one you don't want to be on, but I'm on there.
Yeah,
nonetheless.
my lists are like deep in the web that I don't have.
Well, listen, you know, part of the agenda said that we had dinner and the Neil Dover Band, and it says background music was going to be played during this. Well, if that's their background music, we're in for a hell of a party, folks. So stick around. I think we're going to have a great time.
We got 25 more minutes before the auction closes, right? So come on now. At 9 o'clock, it's over.
It's a great way for you to support the organization and take something cool home. So thank you all very much. We look forward to being with you and having a good time tonight. Thank you.